Smash players, first of all, welcome to the MLG Dallas National Championships. There's $35,000 on the line this weekend. 8 people will survive. Maybe one of you guys will be them. Alright, first of all, thanks all you guys for coming out. It's great having you guys here. We got a good turnout here. I believe it's 182 entrants. You know, we got not just you guys, but you got to thank your parents or anyone that helped you get here today. Also, a big thanks to MLG, all the sponsors that are in this venue. There's free stuff here all weekend long. So you want Doritos, go to the Dorito booth. You want some Dr. Pepper, go to the Dr. Pepper area. Hot Pockets will be actually brought to you guys as you watch matches. So hopefully you can get some of your grub on, all right? During the weekend, you know, there's going to be a lot of downtime with your matches and stuff. During that time, I would really go around, walk to the sponsor booths. There's tons of free concerts or contests you can enter. We've had several Smash players win a couple $100 worth of free stuff. I'm talking about Astro headphones, Best Buy gift cards. There's a lot of stuff, free t-shirts. So definitely, you know, if you're not playing, you got a little bit of downtime, walk around the venue, check things out. There's always stuff happening here. Alright, per usual here, we got a ton of different representations, tons of different regions. So I want to hear where different people are at. Let's start this time with the East Coast. Alright, we got a small crowd in the back there. Alright, what about West Coast? What about Midwest? What about the Southern players? Alright, that's good to hear. It seems we got a lot of guys from the South. I know there's tons of people from Texas. Very excited for this tournament. Alright, as things progress through this weekend, I gotta tell you about a few things here. First of all, the bracket, you can find out who you play if you go to the information booth. Don't come to me, because I'll be doing about 1,000 other things. Go to the information booth, you want to find out who your next opponent is. Their bracket will be updated after the end of each round. Next up, DQs. I'm sure all of you have heard about how DQs work at these events. We're very, very strict, okay? Here's how it works. When your name is called, go straight to your station. My referees, they'll go out to the stations, they're going to look, see what players are there. After a couple minutes, they're going to come back to me, and they're going to say, you know, player Y is not here. At which point, I will call out player Y's name for the second time now. And that player will have 5 minutes to get to the station. After 5 minutes, they lose game 1. At which point, the referee will come back to me and say, you know, player Y still isn't here. Now I call your name for the third and last time. 5 minutes after that, you lose game 2, and you're DQ'd from that portion of the bracket. You'll drop into the loser's bracket. If it's loser's bracket, you'll be eliminated from the tournament. So please stick near the area. We go by rounds. Each round has several heats until later in the tournament. So if you don't hear your name in the first heat of round 1, you might be in the second heat. So don't go anywhere. Alright, on a slightly different note, during the course of this entire weekend, I'd like everyone to try and remain positive and be respectful of your different opponents, all the other players here, all the other gamers here. We got several different games, many different communities. It's very interesting mingling going on. You know, there's new players, old players. If you're a veteran and you're playing a newbie, you know, extend an open arm of friendship to them. Try and be nice. Let's keep a positive atmosphere throughout the entire event. The referees will be monitoring trash talk, so do not drop any 4-letter words. You guys know what those are. If they hear them, you can receive technical fouls, which could eventually result in losses of stocks or games. So again, watch your language. I know things get heated, but at least keep your trash talk clean. Trash talk's okay, just keep it clean. Alright, last thing to talk about before we get this event underway. Just a couple little rules. The first one, the Meta Knight and the infinite grabs, all those things. If it happens to you, pause is off at all the stations, so you cannot pause the game. You just gotta scream for the ref, because he could be, looking at another match. He'll be there fast as he can. When it happens, he'll make sure the other player stops. If he sees it again, that player will be in trouble. So, essentially, if something happens to you, just call out ref on top of your lungs. They'll be there, trust me, they'll be there.
Wow, that's going to cause some problems.
Probably the most important rule, though, is do not start your match until the referee gives you permission. All right? The referees are in charge of the stations. What they say goes. Make sure you are listening to what they say. Don't start without their, go ahead. All right, that basically wraps up all we need to talk about. Once again, $35,000 on the line this weekend. That's the most ever at a Smash tournament for a singles event. Beats the second most by almost $20,000. So, why don't we hear it one last time for Smash here at MLG. All right, try and carry that hype out throughout the weekend, guys. We're gonna have tons of huge matches. I mean, we're talking big matches. So I'll try and put those up on the featured stations. I got the first round, and I'm gonna call it out right now.
I hope I'm
on Station 1, Burger King versus Mike 2. On Station 2, Problem versus Nitro Pro 5. On Station 3, Error 13 versus Metal Music Man. On Station 4, FK1 versus Clell. On Station 5, Jive Turkey versus Dark 55. On Station 6, Rasta Rob versus Uni Loco. On Station 7, Denti versus Kill Tekka. On Station 8, Rave Master versus Judgment. On Station 9, K Prime versus Federal Hero. On Station 10, Foggy versus Confucius. On Station 11, Triforce of Chozo versus Clippin. On Station 12, CP Link 2001 versus Rocket Trainer. On Station 13, Gray Fox versus Mr. Luigi. On Station 14, Ripple versus Kid Easy. On Station 15, Giovini 007 versus Laurel. And on Station 16, J-Nick versus Raz Makazi. All right, guys, that is the first heat of winners round 1. There are multiple heats in this round. I think there's 3 heats in this round, all right? So you didn't hear your name, relax. Most people didn't. A lot of you have buys into winners round 2. I will be giving the bracket to the information booth. If you want to find out if you're playing in winners round 1 or round 2, you can go to the information booth.